Tell me, what does unlearn mean? What are we supposed to be unlearning, and how does that aid itself in happiness?
I think a lot of the times, life comes and it piles us up with a lot of bullshit, and then all of a sudden we think that we're somebody else and we need to be something different. All the stuff that society teaches us, our parents teach us, family teaches us, media teaches us, it crystallizes in who we are, and then we start to think that this was tattooed into our soul, this is who we are the whole time. And the reality is it's not, and we can go back to a better essence of who we were by not acquiring more things, but instead letting go of a lot of stuff. And then I realized that I wasn't going to learn anything new. I had to let go of my expectations, the idealistic view I had of the world, my mentality to blame everybody else except for myself for my problems and my circumstances. And when I began letting go of these things, I started feeling lighter. And as I felt lighter, I was able to take a bigger journey inside myself, learn who I was. Because they always say be yourself, but you can't be yourself if you don't know yourself.
It came to me when I was asleep to quarterback on this beat. My soul told my heart for this one, go deep. I heard instead of the illiterate of the 21st century being those who can't read and write, instead it will be those who can't learn, unlearn, and then learn again. Because setbacks set in and then they're gone with the wind. A setback is just a setup for a comeback. When you know better, you gotta do better to get the payback. To unlearn is to forget or lose knowledge of, discard the information or preconceptions of ourselves we use for navigation. But the problem I see is just as impossible to unlearn for you as for me. See, the problem isn't learning, it's unlearning. The perfect accelerant we need to keep this fire burning. We often operate in a mindset that's outdated, and it's high time to redesign value created. You won't get this all at once, but before we begin, detonate old ways of thinking as we pull the linchpin. I'll use myself as an example. In spring of 2017, as I focused on the wrong things, I realized that the paradigms I learned at school and work were ineffective, so Introspect became the rebirth. Realized I had to unlearn in order to grow, and God would only bless me if I was sure to let everyone know. Unlearn is not about forgetting, it's the ability to choose an alternative mind state from which you take all your cues. It's always the first move when you tighten your screws. And the reason you gotta be careful when you're watching the news, because everything you learn is shaping your views. It can even be a form of subconscious mental abuse. To unlearn, it's a way to diffuse. People wear the mistakes like bad tattoos. When we learn, we add knowledge to what we already know. To unlearn outside your mental box in order to grow. To choose something different, it's all on us. It's not easy to unlearn habits that no longer serve us. Recognize when your old ways become obsolete. Then develop and find new ways to better achieve. Ingrain new mental habits and ways that you think. Avoid the spiritual strongholds that cause you to sink. Your tendency will be to go back to how you used to think. The good news is practicing will make sure that you get the neuroplasticity that makes you smart as a whip. So it'll be easier and quicker for your mind to shift. Be patient with yourself, because we can't solve problems with the same thinking from when we created them all. Life keeps coming right at us, and if we don't pay attention, we'll lose sight of who we are, up in strange dimensions. Let go of expectations, don't blame anyone else, so you can feel lighter too on your journey to self. We endure for the night, but joy comes in the morning. Life comes full speed, hope you're receiving the warning. We were all born different, it shapes who we are. And it doesn't have to mean that you wouldn't go very far. We can go back to a better essence of who we used to be, by unlearning and realizing who we are and who we could be. Not by acquiring more things, we let it all go. Get rid of your expectations from times that you didn't know. Feel lighter inside yourself, be what you think about most. Reprogram your mind so you develop new ways of thinking. The results of relearning or desire start shrinking. To the Introspect group, thank you for sticking around and waiting for me to come aground so we can come to this house. We only getting started, but we're running out of time. So press like and subscribe before hitting rewind.